Welcome. Let's begin. Today is the 43rd day of Lent, the Wednesday of Holy Week. Let's look at Matthew chapter 4, verse 4. He said in reply, "It is written, one does not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes forth from the mouth of God." If you could speak to God on the telephone, what would you say? And more importantly, what do you think he would say to you? I would definitely love to speak to God on the telephone or in person. What would he say back to me? I do not know. I don't know if I had him on the phone what I would say to him. But I do know that he speaks through the heart. And he will help us get through this life and help us say the things we need to say to somebody or acts that we need to do if we only look to him for guidance. But that is a good thing to think about today, isn't it? If you had him on the phone, what would you say? And what do you think he would say in response to whatever you said to him? Someday, if we're lucky, we'll go to heaven and we will see him. We will see Jesus. We will speak to God. And we can hold good conversations and be in the presence of that great love. That is the greatest gift. Let's also look at Matthew chapter 26, verse 14 through 16. One of the 12, who was called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priests and said, "What are you willing to give me if I hand him over to you?" They paid him 30 pieces of silver, and from that time on, he looked for an opportunity to hand him over. Pray for a true conversion of heart, so that you might turn permanently away from all that separates you from the love of God. A true conversion of the heart. There's no backsliding, asking him to forgive you for a sin you've done and then wait a while and then you end up doing it again. A true conversion of the heart. It's something I seek. I know I'm not there yet, and I've been trying to get there, it seems like most of my life. Every day I feel I get a little closer. I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect that's walking on this earth. The only one who walked this earth that was perfect was Jesus. Jesus. But here we are looking at Judas. We looked at Judas yesterday when Jesus gave him the bread because he knew he was going to betray him. And it made it known to everyone else around the table. So here we are looking back at it. He was bought. 30 pieces of silver. And we know he tried to give it back. We know that after it was over with, right? When he saw what they were doing to him. When Judas saw what they were doing to Jesus. He's like, "Take it back. I don't want it. I can't believe I betrayed our Lord." No, that's too bad. He begged for them to let him go. "I shouldn't have done this. I'm sorry." You can't take it back. You've made a deal with the devil. And he always collects. We hate Judas for what he's done. But it was in the prophecy. It had to be done. And it had to be done by him. It just had to be. Jesus knew that. I think he knew it from the moment he called on Judas to follow him. because Jesus was all knowing. I shouldn't say was, is, because he is still alive. He knew what Judas was going to do before Judas knew. Judas was just meeting him, and Jesus knew already. He knew it was coming. I don't know what that would feel like. Meeting somebody you know is going to betray you. You know by their actions it will get you killed. And yet you still invite them into the fold, so to speak. You still invite them to be close to you. And you know what they're going to do to you. As a regular mortal, a human being, I don't think I could do that. If I met someone that I knew their actions were going to cost my life, I would try to stay very far away from them. But Jesus didn't do that because he knew that Judas played a big part in what he had to go through to save us, for mankind's salvation. So ask God to help you convert your heart. You want nothing to do with people like Judas. You want nothing to do with anything in your life that could pull you away from God. You need the determination and the strength and the frame of mind to do it. Ask God to help you. And he will help you. It may take a long time, but he will help you. Thank you for joining me today. You have a blessed one. Goodbye.